Hi guys, Tommy here. Welcome to my channel where we mix gaming with a dash of design, like a perfectly crafted cocktail, except with fewer umbrellas and more pixels. Today I'm diving into my journey of 100% completing Ghostwire Tokyo. Now for those who don't know me, I'm a graphic designer by trade, which means I spend a lot of time trying to make the digital world a bit prettier. I've had the pleasure of working on some really cool projects for Pokemon Go, Marvel Snap, Splitgate, and many more, so gaming and design runs pretty deep for me. Now though, I'm here to explore the eerily beautiful landscapes of Tokyo and tackle those pesky spirits head on. So grab your favorite snack, settle in, and let's make our way through Ghostwire Tokyo. Right off the bat, Ghostwire Tokyo pulls you into a city that feels like it was plucked straight from a horror movie mixed with an anime. The atmosphere, spooky yet stunning. You can practically hear the eerie whispers of the spirits as you navigate through the neon-lit streets. It's a visual treat with the right amount of creepiness. Every corner you turn feels like a potential jump scare waiting to happen, which is basically my daily life after watching too many horror movies. This game is as if everyone just got raptured away and you have Tokyo all to yourself, except you're also fighting a bunch of weird creatures that want to unalive you. But hey, don't we all want to explore Tokyo without the crowds? You'll win some, you'll lose some. The art direction in Ghostwire Tokyo is like stepping into an anime world come to life. The city is a stunning blend of vibrant neon lights and intricate details. Everywhere you turn feels like a scene straight out of your favorite anime, with a sense of wonder that makes you want to take a million screenshots. And don't even get me started on all the little detail. From cup ramen to slippers in the genkan of a house, this world does not feel empty one bit. Just don't think of all the people that have just disappeared. It's perfect for anyone who dreams of wandering through a fantastical version of the city. My graphic designer brain was practically drooling throughout this whole playthrough. Oh, and also to note, I decided to play through the game with full Japanese audio because it just felt more natural, and let me tell you, it added so much to the experience. So when you play it, I highly recommend you do the same. As you jump into Ghostwire Tokyo, you're thrown right into the action, and let me tell you, it's a wild ride. You play as Akito, a guy who's had a pretty rough day. Waking up to find Tokyo overrun by malevolent spirits is definitely not on anyone's to-do list. But hey, it's a game, so let's roll with it. The first thing that hits you is the atmosphere. The game's visuals are absolutely stunning. The neon lights, the eerie fog, and the traditional architecture as well as the modern architecture all blend together to create a vibrant yet haunting Tokyo. You can practically feel the city breathing around you, even if it's filled with ghosts and weird things that make you question your life choices, like, why didn't I just stick to hiking and coffee like a normal person? Now let's talk about the gameplay mechanics. Ghostwire isn't your typical action game. It's got a unique blend of combat and exploration. You're equipped with spiritual abilities, and the way you cast spells is like a magical dance. Seriously, you'll find yourself waving your hands around like a wizard at a rave. The controls are intuitive, and once you get the hang of it, you feel like a total king, zapping spirits left and right. Just don't be surprised if you accidentally throw a hand gesture that looks like you're trying to summon a pizza instead of a ghostly blast. Each attack is elemental based, so you have wind, water, and fire. And personally, fire is my favorite. It made me feel like I was Charizard or something. Every victory feels like a mini celebration, like, yay, I defeated that creepy spirit. Now who's next? Oh wait, is that a collectible? Get in my collection now. And the exploration, it's one of the game's highlights. You can glide across rooftops and navigate through the streets, searching for collectibles and uncovering the secrets of the city. It's like being a supernatural parkour expert, but instead of avoiding the occasional pigeon, you're dodging creepy apparitions and trying not to scream like a child. Each mission feels like a mini movie, complete with unexpected twists and character development. The storyline hooks you in, and I found myself genuinely invested in Akito's journey. So whether you're blasting spirits or just enjoying the breathtaking scenery, Ghostwire Tokyo offers a truly immersive experience in a way that makes you feel like you're part of an unfolding story. And trust me, it's not hard to get invested. Buckle up because we're diving headfirst into a world where ghosts take public transportation and masked villains love a good monologue. Chapter 1 kicks off with a dramatic scene, a fiery traffic accident in Shibuya. While bystanders are likely debating whether to call an ambulance or post about it on social media, a frantic spirit zooms around looking for a new body to crash into. Spoiler alert, it finds our protagonist, Akito, who wakes up feeling less like a hero and more like an accidental host for a supernatural roommate. Suddenly, a dense fog rolls in, transforming the street into a ghostly catwalk where the living have been replaced by their clothing. Imagine a spooky fashion show, but instead of models, it's just abandoned jackets and shoes. Amid this chaos, a man in a Hanya mask hijacks digital billboards, announcing his diabolical plan to purify the souls of the living. Sounds like a fun night out, right? Now our buddy KK, the spirit in Akito, pushes him to take action, but Akito's like, hold up, I've got family to check on first. After a bit of inner turmoil where Akito fights himself, because who doesn't love a good existential crisis, they reluctantly agree to share the space for now. Classic roommate dilemma. As Akito tries to escape the eerie parade of spirits called the Hyakiyako, he encounters some quirky foes, the Rainwalkers. Yes, they carry umbrellas, talk about a fashion statement in a horror game. This gives Akito a chance to learn some combat moves, like how to use wind weaving to whip those spirits into shape. Who knew a ghost's greatest weakness is a little gust of air? Wow. Next up, he's off to Shibuya Central Hospital to check on his sister, Mari. As he navigates through the fog, which is as harmful as it is aesthetic, he learns to avoid hazardous areas, because dying in a foggy mess is not on his to-do list. Upon entering the hospital, Akito finds himself knee-deep in supernatural shenanigans, collecting crystallized ether like it's candy, but it's not candy, and you definitely don't want to eat it. Here he learns more skills, like stealth takedowns. Assassin's Creed in Japan, anyone? Oh, wrong game? Yeah, Finally, after a spooky tour of the hospital, he arrives at Mari's room, only to find Hanya waiting for him like an uninvited party guest. In a shocking twist, Hanya reveals his evil plan, delivers a brutal punch, and surprise, kidnaps Mari. Talk about a dramatic family reunion. As Akito lies on the brink of death, KK introduces himself, about time, and they strike a deal to team up and save Mari. The chapter ends with Akito having a vision of Mari's past, a fiery scene that adds a dash of tragic backstory to their bond, and just like that, they agree to take down Hanya together, ready to face whatever supernatural chaos comes next. Chapter 2 kicks off as Akito stumbles out of Shibuya Central Hospital, feeling like he just stepped out of a horror movie and into a ghostly fashion show. But instead of runway lights, we've got hazardous fog, your not-so-friendly neighborhood's visibility hazard. This fog is more than just a creepy aesthetic, it's part of a supernatural GPS leading him to the next big showdown. As Akito follows a path carved by the fog, he comes across a torii gate, guarded by some rainwalkers. Yes, you heard that right, those spirits with umbrellas. It's like they're auditioning for the next It movie or something. After taking them down, he cleanses the gate, which clears the fog and opens Akisawa Shrine. Think of it as a mini victory dance in the middle of a spooky battlefield. Yay! Inside the shrine, Akito gathers 10 katashiro. These are adorable paper dolls that can absorb souls. They're basically the Pokemon of the spirit world, but less collectible and more existential. After that, he encounters a barking dog that's more than just a cute distraction. It leads him to trap spirits in a containment cube. Time for another ghost rescue mission. After saving the spirits, Akito tracks down the nearest payphone. Yes, those still exist. Using the payphone feels like a blast from the past, but it's also crucial for freeing the souls he collected. Also, this is how you level up, guys. The next cutscene pulls him deeper into the narrative, revealing even more about the spooky world he's navigating. As Akito continues towards Yugenzaka, he keeps his eyes peeled for files, consumables, and collectibles, cause let's be honest, who doesn't love a good scavenger hunt, especially in a haunted city, am I right? Eventually, he stumbles upon a convenience store run by a Nekomata. It's a perfect pit stop for stocking up on items, cause even ghost hunters need snacks. After grabbing some goodies, he heads to a marked apartment building, climbing up to the second floor. Here he finds a hand seal, a mysterious challenge that's just begging to be solved. Will he trace the pattern himself or let KK do the heavy lifting? I did it myself. After stepping into the apartment, it's time for some detective work. Explore every nook and cranny to find consumables, investigation notes, and files. Interacting with the projector, black case, and picture frame will trigger cutscenes that drop some juicy narrative info. Think of it as this game's version of previously on. Inside the black case, you'll discover a bow, which is about to become your new best friend. With this bow, you can take down nasties like a pro. Who doesn't want to be a ghostly archer? Once you've thoroughly searched the apartment, it's time to head outside, but wait. A barrier surrounds a place and breaking it is your next goal. To do that, you'll need to track down and destroy 3 barrier stones. Consider it a ghostly scavenger hunt. I'll let you have the fun of finding those yourself, but once they're all destroyed, step outside to find a supernatural blue orb just chilling there. Man, I didn't know he was cool like that. Activate your spectral vision to ping the area and trigger a ghostly projection. Follow it like you're a stalker to a corrupted tree and use spectral vision once more to pinpoint the corruption's core. Now it's time to unleash your ethereal weaving or take aim with your bow to destroy it. Once the path is cleared, you'll realize the trail has gone cold. So what do we do next? We head over to Shirayama Shrine, but surprise, it's deep within a sea of hazardous fog. So to clear a safe path, you need to visit the Namita Shrine a few blocks southeast. Cause what's a hero without a little detour? As you approach the Namita Shrine, keep an eye out for its torii gate perched atop a building. Here, a Tengu will swoop by. These helpful spirits are like the Uber of Shibuya, letting you grapple to high places. Once you're on the roof, you'll find spirits to absorb, perfect for boosting your soul collecting resume. But be careful, several wanderers are lurking nearby, ready to rain on your parade with ghostly attacks. Defeat them and cleanse the torii gate to disperse the fog around the Shirayama Shrine. Let there be light. When you finally reach the Shirayama Shrine, you'll notice it's a lot bigger than the Namita and Akisawa shrines. Here you've got 3 torii gates to cleanse, but first you'll have to deal with rainwalkers, students of misery, and paper dolls. Sounds like a bad school reunion. Take them out and don't be shy about using consumables you can stock up on them after cleansing the gates. Once you've cleared the 3 torii gates, use a spectral vision to find some useful items in nearby buildings. Follow the golden line to your next objective and prepare for a treat. A new ability called Fire Weaving. My favorite. This bad boy packs a punch with both a long-range blast and a charged projectile. Boom, you'll be feeling like Charizard. Next up, you'll need to reach the Kagiri observation deck, but guess what? It's once again hidden in the hazardous fog. To get there, you'll need to cleanse the Yashin Shrine and its torii gate. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But wait, the Kujisaki will attack when you try to cleanse a torii gate. This enemy is like the overly energetic friend who just can't let you chill. You know who you are. After defending the Kujisaki and cleansing the torii gate, you'll unlock Water Weaving, which is perfect for taking down multiple foes in one go. Time to become a waterbender. Wait, am I the Avatar? Return to the upper level of the construction site, then head towards the Kagiri observation deck. You'll face off against various enemies, including the first Rugged Walker and Rain Slashers. No pressure. When you arrive at the Yashin development area, clear out the enemies and take the colorful flight of stairs up. Keep climbing, then look to the right for a Tengu hovering above. Grapple up and follow the path, staying alert for lurking foes. Finally, after climbing up the last escalator and defeating more enemies, you'll discover the central building where you'll unlock the Stun Talisman. Time to get zappy! Once you've gathered everything, follow your spectral vision towards the Kagiri observation deck. You'll spot a glowing blue figure through tourist binoculars, just like every awkward tourist you've ever seen. Now glide off the building into the underground entrance of Shibuya. As you step into the underground, you'll spot a glowing blue orb. Use spectral vision to follow this ghostly projection like it's the last bus of the night. Occasionally, the trail will go cold like your last Tinder date, but don't fret. Just activate spectral vision to create a golden line leading you to your objective. Keep pushing deeper until you reach the train tracks. Remember, these tracks won't lead to the Hogwarts Express, but they might lead to something equally exciting. Soon you'll arrive at a large torii gate. But wait, Hanya's minion, Yase Otoko, is here to ruin your day. It's time for your first boss battle. The fight takes place in a small circular arena, so you'll want to channel your inner kung fu master. Yase Otoko has some attacks that are just like yours. Green projectiles and bursts, a quick fire beam that takes forever to power up, like me before my morning coffee, and his own version of water weaving. Once you've dealt enough damage, you'll extract Yase Otoko's core, but just when you think it's all over, a cutscene hits you like a surprise plot twist. KK gets captured, leaving Akito without his ghostly powers. Classic. Now it's time to retrace your steps to the surface, but good luck, the area is crawling with visitors. You can use your bow to take them on, quick perch to take them out stealthily, or be like me, a coward, and sneak past them all, because no confrontation is good confrontation. At least that's what my therapist said. To escape, head up the circular staircase and through the door with the ominous red light above it. You're basically following a neon sign saying exit here and just ignore the lurking horror vibes. Once you escape, you emerge back to the surface. Open your map and set a waypoint to KK's safe house, because who doesn't want to go home after a day of ghost hunting? Once you reach KK's apartment, you'll find a mysterious figure waiting for you. After a dramatic cutscene, follow the trail of black fog like a lost puppy on a scent trail. This fog is your new best friend. Follow this supernatural trail to the Hirokawa Shrine, where a party of enemies awaits. Sneak around like a ninja. If you get spotted, just remember, running away is a totally valid strategy, and I support you. If you're super sneaky stealthy like me though, you can avoid conflict altogether and just head into the building beyond the Torii Gate. Another cutscene reveals Akito reuniting with Keikei. Cue the emotional music. After the reunion, you'll unlock a shiny new ability, Wire In. As you step outside, a fresh wave of visitors will be waiting for you. Time to unleash Wire In and show them what you've got. With their defeat, bask in your own power and contemplate joining the dark side. Just kidding, don't do that. After you've turned the visitors at Hirakawa Shrine into a fine mist with your new ability, cleanse the Torii Gate and set your sights on a magnificent pillar of light shining through the fog like a neon sign for lost souls. But hold your horses, that radiant pillar is nestled in hazardous fog, which is basically the game's way of saying, "Not so fast, my friend." You'll need to cleanse some more Torii Gates, starting with the one at Matsumi Shrine, located northeast of Hirokawa. You'll need a Tengu's help to reach Matsumi Shrine since it's chilling atop a building. After cleansing the Torii Gate, enjoy a cutscene that sends you to investigate a forest park. Feel free to grab some collectibles before you head out. I mean, who doesn't love a good shiny? As you approach the fog's edge, Keikei will drop a hint about a nearby Torii Gate, and suddenly an enormous orange circle will appear on your map. Think of it as the game's version of Hot and Cold, but instead of a prize, you get a face full of supernatural danger. Get within the circle and you'll hear a phone ringing. Channel your inner ghost detective and use spectral vision to track it down. Answer the call in the booth and a mysterious voice will direct you to the Sengoku Center building. No pressure, but it sounds super important. When you get closer to the destination, you'll spot a glowing blue orb in the middle of the road. Use spectral vision to activate a projection that leads you to a locked door. Surprise, ghost hunting is not without its challenges. Head up the steps to the east and you'll find an alleyway with vending machines. Snacks are essential in this ghostly line of work. After climbing the stairs to enter the Sengoku Center building, prepare for a bit of exploration. As you make your way to the basement, rummage through rooms for goodies because who doesn't love good loot haul? You'll hit a shutter blocked by corruption. Use spectral vision to destroy the corruption's core, then interact with the control panel to open the shutter. But wait, there's another shutter. Follow the blue wires to find a control panel hidden behind more corruption. And just when you think you're getting the hang of this, a horde of enemies crashes a party. Take them down, channel your inner hero, and interact with the control panel to finally open the next shutter. After you stroll through, follow the trippy paranormal effects until you find Rinko. Enjoy a brief cutscene, but don't get too comfortable. Waves of enemies will flood the room and you need to protect Rinko while she does some spectral hacking to locate the fog's source. Talk about multitasking. Once she's finished, make your grand exit. Next, it's time to head over to Utagawa Shopping District and cleanse the Torii Gate. But guess what? Akito gets trapped by yet another barrier. Oh joy. To break free, you need to hunt down 4 barrier stones. The first one's right in front of the gate. Easy peasy. The second stone is chilling on a residential roof. For the third stone, it's up above a payphone. Use a Tengu to climb up like you're auditioning for the next Spider-Man movie. The last stone is floating near the gate. Just glide over, give it a good smack, and you're golden. Once those stones are history, Keikei will send you on a treasure hunt for a telephone card and a special payphone. You'll come across a cute doggo next to a spirit, because what's a Tokyo ghost town without a few adorable animals? Fork over some dog food and follow it to find the card, and keep an eye out for shiny stuff. You never know when you'll find some hidden loot. Next, you'll need to find that payphone behind a corrupted tree. Clear the corruption like a pro and listen to Ed's gossip. Not about who's dating who, get ready for some serious mission stuff. Then you're off to a parking lot near Jizo Street. If you bump into a lamentation, take it down before it ruins your day. Once you've defeated it, clear the area and grab your recording. Finally, make your way to Shibuya Station. Fast travel if you can, walking is so last season. Inside the rental locker, you'll find a key to apartment 302. Clear the corruption and use spectral vision to unlock some ghostly secret. It's like a reality show, but with way more spirits and less drama. After a wild encounter with Rinko, everything shifts back to normal. But just when you think you're done, a payphone rings. If you hear a phone ring in real life, don't ignore it. It's probably your mom wanting to know if you've eaten today. She'll haunt you if you don't pick up. Rinko reveals some new Torii Gates to help us get to the Pillar of Light. Your first task, cleanse a Torii Gate at the nearby Yamaki Shrine. To get there, just grapple up to the Tengu, who by the way, looks like he skipped leg day. After you cleanse that Torii Gate, you'll need to head over to the Kirigoaka Shrine, which is basically the big boss of shrines. Get ready for some serious action because you'll be facing waves of enemies in a tight place. At the Kirigoaka Shrine, you'll find 2 Torii Gates, and trust me, more enemies will show up like they're auditioning for American Idol. Once both Torii Gates are cleansed, you'll trigger a cutscene and get the task to find the Pillar of Light's heart. Start from the central building and follow the waypoint into the forest. Keep going and soon you'll find a spot filled with floating orange orbs. It's perfect for your next aesthetic Instagram post. After a cutscene, you'll pry open the Wayside Shrine and boom, you're heading into the second major boss battle against Ko Omote. Now here's the twist. Ko Omote kicks things off with a severance attack, knocking Keiki out of Akito. So now Akito's basically a superhero without his sidekick. But hey, at least you still have your bow and some talismans. Just remember, avoid Ko Omote's gaze like you'd avoid your teacher outside the classroom. The Ko Omote fight is basically a game of patience, and in the process, I've really found myself. No, but seriously, this took longer than I would have liked. You can use decoy talismans, but in the moment, your boy wasn't thinking, and I didn't use them. Instead, you just have to slowly sneak around behind it and wait until a window opens up for you to rip off his tails. One. By. One. It was brutal, and I enjoyed it more than I probably should have. After you've taken down all 3 tails, Keiki will jump back into Akito's body, and you'll watch a cutscene ending this crazy chapter. Alright, so after a dramatic cutscene that probably makes you question your life choices, you get a ring. No, not the one from Lord of the Rings, but a phone call that leads you on a wild adventure. You'll need to answer that phone in a booth down the hill from the Kirigoaka Shrine. Now, Rinko will spill the tea on some new torii gates you need to cleanse, which sounds like a fun spa day for shrines, right? You'll be clearing at least 4 of these gates to wipe out the fog, and at this point I was thinking I should start charging for each gate I'm cleansing. Man, there's so many. First on your to-do list is the Noto Shrine. Located east of Kirigoaka, go in, defeat some enemies, and cleanse that gate like you're scrubbing a dirty dish. Nobody wants leftovers from the supernatural. Next, head to the Hirajuku building rooftop. Yes, you heard me right, rooftop. So channel your inner parkour master, climb some construction stairs, and glide to the ledge. Once you're up there, a few enemies will be waiting for you, probably asking why you're crashing their rooftop party. Take them out, cleanse that gate, and let's keep this fog clearing train rolling. Now glide southeast to the Saihama building rooftop. You'll be like a ghostly ninja gliding through the air. Clear the gate here, and then it's a quick jog across the street to the Momokane Shrine. With these 4 gates cleansed, you're ready to tackle the Tatsui Shrine. It's right next door, but don't get too cozy, you're about to be ambushed like it's Black Friday at a mall. Survive the waves of enemies, enjoy a quick cutscene, and you'll be cleansing the gate before you know it. Next up, Keiki will tell you about some tech-savvy friends who've cooked up a way to cut through the fog without getting roasted. You'll want to mark that on your map because getting lost is about as fun as a root canal. When you reach the basement garage, it's time to face a horde of enemies, and surprise, the lights go out. Just what you wanted, right? Find the control panel, flip the switch, and bask in the glow like you're in a 90s sitcom finale. Saunter over to the far left corner for a door that leads to yet another cutscene. Once that's done, exit the building. Next, we have to make our way over to the Mitake real estate building, which is chilling in a sea of hazardous fog. Seriously, it's like the fog is trying to keep you from going to work. To clear the way, head over to the Onten Shrine nearby. This shrine's got 3 torii gates, and you guessed it, they need some serious cleansing. Now watch out for lamentations. 2 gates are guarded by these bad boys, while the 3rd is just vibing on the street. Once you've cleansed the shrine, feel free to loot the area like it's Black Friday. Collectibles, ether, all the goodies. Then make your way to the Mitake real estate building, wrap around to the back alley where you'll find a yellow lift. Hop on that lift and you'll get a nice view of the city while you jump to the adjacent building. Don't forget to take a moment to appreciate the skyline. It's Instagram worthy. Then find another lift to take you all the way to the roof of the Mitake building. Now it's time to use those tourist binoculars like you're looking for hidden gems on Google Maps. You'll want to scan the area for some fragrant underworld oil, gasoline, and a turbine wheel. For the gas and turbine, check out that green car on the left. To find the underworld oil, look for a purple glowing torii gate high up, like it's flexing on all the other gates. Mark both spots on your map and head to the car first. Fighting off some visitors. No, not the kind that knock on your door. Grab the spare gas can and find that the turbine wheel won't fit on Rinko's motorcycle. Talk about a classic case of it's not you, it's me. After a cutscene that's more dramatic than a High School Musical, you'll find yourself with just a bow and KK tied up like a bad weekend project. Waves of enemies will rush in trying to drain KK's spirit faster than a TikTok challenge goes viral. Use arrows wisely and save those red canisters for when the going gets tough. Once you've wiped out the foes, drop down to reunite with KK and you'll head back to where you started. Make your way to the Kamio Shrine, and guess what? Another phone is ringing. It's Rinko again. She really likes to chat. Take down the visitors guarding the shrine, cleanse the torii gate, and answer the ringing payphone. Rinko will spill some deets on where to find a compatible turbine wheel. Now for the purple torii gate. You've got 2 options. Either find a Tengu to help you soar like a bird, or take the scenic route through some enemy-infested highways. Either way, prepare for battle. Once you do reach the purple torii gate, you'll peek into what looks like the underworld. If you're feeling bold and stocked up on supplies, enter the torii gate. Inside, it's a massive brawl fest. take down the visitors, grab that fragrant underworld oil, and be ready for a mini boss showdown with a Shiromuku. But like I said, before you charge in, make sure you're stocked up and ready. Can't go into a battle on an empty stomach. After the dust settles, return to the Torii Gate, but watch out, corruption and enemies love to play hide and seek. Clear them out, and then make your way to the main mission marker across from Shibuya Station. Dive underground in Shibuya, face off with the relentless walker, and check out that red sports car. Bingo, you found the turbine wheel you need. Head back to fix up the motorcycle and hop on. But be warned, continuing will disable some side missions, specifically the After the End questline. It's like getting locked out of your phone after too many wrong passcodes. Just take a quick detour to complete this short side quest line and then get back to the motorcycle. This is the only quest line you can't do after you finish the game. And with that, you're off on your motorcycle out of Shibuya into the great unknown with a pretty cool cutscene. Before you sprint toward the Tokyo Tower like you're late for an appointment, you might want to stop and buy some supplies at a convenience store. I just went for it because I ain't afraid of no ghost. Head over to the Torii Shrine, climb those 2 flights of steps, and consider it your cardio for the day. Follow the path to the left to trigger a cutscene that'll set the mood. Now, as you make your way to Tokyo Tower, keep your eyes peeled for items because they won't find themselves. Before you know it, you'll be face to face with one of Hanya's minions, and it's time for a boss battle with Okina. Cue the epic battle music. Now let's talk strategy. Okina is a tough cookie and loves to pound the ground like it owes him money. Bad news, you can't block those attacks. The good news, you can jump over them like you're in an obstacle course. Okina's biggest weakness, he's not exactly the most mobile of foes. Basically, he's like that friend who can't dance at parties. You'll basically want to stun Okina when he's charging up, exposing his cores and allowing you to yank those suckers right out of there. After you've dealt with him, enjoy a brief cutscene and then make your way toward the Tokyo Tower entrance. Just outside there is a shop store for all your arrow and talisman needs, so stock up now because you might need it. Now entering Tokyo Tower is the ultimate point of no return. Once you step inside, you'll need to roll credits to get back to the open world, so make sure you're ready for the ride. Once you step inside the tower, it's like a treasure trove, consumables and ether galore. It's almost like they're gearing you up for something. Your mission at this point is simple. Travel up the tower. But before you hit the elevator, consider spending your skill points to buff up your abilities and ethereal weaving. You wouldn't want to go into a boss fight without a solid upgrade, right? Once you're ready, hop into the elevator for a cinematic treat before facing off against Yase Otoko. Again. Yep, that's right, deja vu is real. Now if you've got a good memory, unlike me when I'm grocery shopping, you'll recall that Yase Otoko was the first boss you tackled in chapter 2. Well, he's not much smarter now. Watch out for his ground pound attack. He'll jump high, tether a purple beam, and smash down like he's auditioning for a wrestling match. Just jump over the ripples to dodge. Easy peasy. As you whittle down his health, you'll have the chance to extract his core. But hold up, Yase Otoko's not going down without a fight. He'll enter a second phase and get a bit of a buff. Keep the pressure on. And once you've dealt enough damage, you'll finally be able to extract his core. This brings us to the end of chapter 5 and leads us into the end game. Now, spoiler alert, this is the final chapter, so if you want to avoid endgame spoilers, I give you permission to skip this part. Alright, it's time to step into the final chapter, and trust me, things are about to get wild. We're diving into the abyss, and it might just hit you right in the feels. At the start of the mission, you'll find yourself in, well, the abyss. It's like the worst waiting room ever, but instead of magazines, you've got memories. Just follow the natural path laid out before you, like the universe is saying, "This way, buddy, come on." Keep your eyes peeled for the doors you need to open. They glow in a lovely bluish green. After what feels like a nostalgic trek down memory lane, you'll eventually find yourself in a snowy area leading to a big old door in a cave. Approach it and prepare for a lengthy cutscene that's gonna have you feeling all the emotions. Seriously, grab some tissues. This is the point where the story really hits home. Then it's finally time for the ultimate showdown. Hanya's not just playing around. He's gonna morph into some creepy amalgamation of doom. Your job? Take him down by targeting his 3 hidden cores. These cores are a bit shy though and can't be seen with spectral vision, so it's time to put those aiming skills to the test. Now let's talk about Hanya's arsenal, cause he's got some attacks that will make you wish you'd brought your how to dodge manual. Waves. Picture a raging ocean, but instead of water, it's Hanya twirling around like he's at a rave. Just jump over that wave and you'll be fine. Then you have underworld hands. Yeah, he's literally slamming his face into the ground and summoning hands to grab at you. No damage here, but it'll slow you down like your Wi-Fi on a bad day. Fire Blast. This one's like a beam from a sci-fi movie, but luckily you can sidestep it. Just don't get distracted by the pretty flames. Sludge Blast. Think of it as Hanya's version of a really bad sneeze. Just avoid the mess. Social distancing, okay? Social distancing. Tornadoes. He launches 3 tornadoes your way, so find the gaps to slip through. It's like a twisted game of dodgeball and you don't want to be the one who gets hit. And water weaving. This is a charged blue orb that breaks into projectiles. Fancy, right? Now, I'm gonna give you some pro tips because we love a good strategy, right? First, skip the talismans. Seriously, they're not gonna do much here. Focus on your main abilities. Second, visitors are your friends. When Hanya flees after you hit a core, he'll unleash a swarm of visitors. While they may look scary, they're your ticket to healing. Extract their cores and take out some crystallized ether to reload your SP. It's like a buffet, but with spirits. And third, fire weaving. This bad boy is your best friend. Charge it up and let that bad boy fly. Once you've knocked out all 3 cores, congrats! You vanquished Hanya and saved humanity. Cue the epic final cutscene that'll have you feeling all the feels. After the cutscene, you'll walk up a stunning flight of steps surrounded by torii gates. As you ascend, enjoy the heartfelt exchange between Akito and Kekkei as they reflect on their journey together. It's definitely a moment to appreciate. Once you reach the top, you'll trigger the final cutscene leading to the credits rolling. Keep those tissues ready, it's a touching send-off. After the credits, you're placed back into the open world of Shibuya right before you completed chapter 4. Specifically, you'll spawn near Kekkei's safe house just before jumping on Rinko's motorcycle. Don't worry, you'll keep all the collectibles, consumables, and skill points that you've unlocked up until the end of the game. Now, the world is your oyster, you're free to explore, collect all the things, tackle those side quests, and that's exactly what I did. My favorite part of a game. It's actually after you finish the main story. There's nothing like wandering around and tackling those side missions you totally missed. Exploring Tokyo is a joy in itself. The open world design lets you dive into a treasure trove of side quests and quirky interactions that really spice up the Ghostwire Tokyo experience. So the first thing I did after finishing the game, I went on a cleansing spree for those torii gates I missed. I was like a fog-busting superhero at this point. Seriously though, I was so over that murky map, my OCD needed it to all be clear. But of course, that last torii gate I found was a tough purple one that transported me straight to the underworld. What a send-off for my gate cleansing journey. I barely scraped out of there. It felt like the game was saying, surprise, you thought you were done? Think again, pal. Once the gates were cleansed, it was time to dive into all those side quests scattered around the map, and let me tell you, there were more quests than I have socks in my drawer. These side missions cover everything from fighting lost items to solving mysteries and cleansing homes of bad juju. One side quest that really stood out was the photo scavenger hunt from Kekkei's safe house. In this questline, you have to take pictures in specific spots around Tokyo to cleanse some Polaroid photos. I'm not gonna lie, I had to look up a guide for those locations. Some of them were so obscure, I felt like I needed a treasure map and a compass. It would have taken me weeks, maybe even months to find them all on my own, and ain't nobody got time for that. So enjoy this quick little montage of me gathering every single photo that took over 5 hours. Now I won't dive into each side quest individually because that would take longer than the main game itself, but I have to say they really added a lot to the game. In a world where everyone has mysteriously vanished, these small interactions injected some much needed life into the city. Doing these side quests were the perfect way to ease into that post-game groove and to prepare myself for what would be my greatest task, 100% completing the game. Now let's address the burning question. Did I 100% the game? You bet I did. Well, mostly. In this game you need to collect Jizu statues, Kekkei's notes, Magatama, music tracks, outfits, prayer beads, relics, tanuki, voice log, graffiti, yokai, gachapon. And oh, just a casual 240,000 spirits to collect. Seriously, what have I gotten myself into? First, I tackled all the Nekomata around the city. These adorable cat overlords give you tasks to find various relics, rewarding you with money and some of those elusive items we need to 100% the game. They also sell a lot of what you need, like KK's notes, so I hope you've been saving your pennies because they cost an arm and a leg, and at this rate I might have to sell my car too. After many hours hunting down relics, I fulfilled my duties to the Nekomata overlords and left with my pockets full of items and a good deal closer to my goals. Next up were the Yokai. Catching these bad boys reward you with Magatama, which help level up our skills to downright superhero levels. They're not tough at all, you just need to be patient and do what each one requires, even if it means buying a cucumber and leaving it on a pedestal in the middle of a river. Yeah, that's seriously how you catch some of them. Who knew I'd be running a produce stand for spirits? Then I collected all the Jizo statues, which expand my SP for attacks. This was pretty straightforward, just walking around each area until I spotted their glowing outlines. Easy peasy. For each area of the map, I made sure to collect every tanuki, graffiti, and any KK's notes I missed. Again, just a matter of wandering around and using my spectral vision like I was on a ghostly treasure hunt. I inadvertently collected much of what I needed throughout my playthrough, side quests, and Nekomata collections. Mostly music tracks, outfits, and KK's notes. So in total, I collected every Gachapon figure, 52 Jizo statues, 28 KK's notes, 48 Magatama, 31 music tracks, 50 outfits, 33 prayer beads, 123 relics, cleansed 31 shrines, found 25 Tanuki, 16 voice logs, and 42 Yokai. Whew, I need to lay down after all that. But it's not over yet. I still haven't collected those 240,000 spirits. Luckily, by just playing the game, I had already gathered most of the spirits I needed, so finishing up wasn't too hard. Whenever I used spectral vision, a nice blue orb would guide me like a friendly GPS, leading me to the next spirit to collect. After many hours of running and gliding around, and I'm serious, I think I spent maybe like 6 hours doing this, I did it! And would you guess it, I forgot to record the penultimate moment of collecting them all. It's like collecting every Pokemon and then deciding to throw the game in the trash before the Elite Four. Nice job, Tommy. Nice job. So, I was not recording. I was actually flying around trying to collect the rest of the spirits that I need to reach that 240,000, and I didn't think I had all of it, but I got all of it, and I didn't record it. One of the biggest things in the game. So that's cool on me. But you honestly don't get anything too crazy for doing that. You just get a message from Ed. Is it Ed? The guy on the phone. He pretty much just says, "Good job." And that's it. There's nothing else for it. So that's totally cool, totally worth the many hours I just spent collecting all of them. And even then, I didn't collect everything all around the map. If we look at some of these sections, like up here, I know specifically, we still have several percentage of the area spirits to collect. This one, we're at 81%. So we didn't have 100% everywhere, but we did 100% everything else for the respective areas. And also, if we zoom all the way out, you'll see here, we did get all of the spirits in the underground, everything from the containment cubes, but not everything from the Hyakiyako. Now, the Hyakiyako, if you remember correctly, are those cloud things, cloud parades that come down the streets every so often, and when you defeat those, you get a bunch of spirits, and they come at random times, and I'm not about to wait here for maybe minutes or hours or days in order to get the rest of those. I've been fighting all of them that I see along the playthrough, and even then, in the past 30 some odd hours of playing, I've only gotten about 12,000 of them, so you do the math, it would probably take another couple of hours for me to get the rest of those. There you have it. Over 240,000 spirits collected, and the end of my journey of 100% completing Ghostwire Tokyo. I'm gonna go get a coffee because honestly, I need a nap after all that. I'm tired. Whew. Now let's talk about the photography feature. I mean, I am a graphic designer and photographer, so I can't miss out on that. Ghostwire Tokyo has a fantastic photography mode that lets you capture the stunning visuals of the game. I mean, who wouldn't want to take selfies with their favorite spirits? Hey Hanya, say cheese. I was honestly surprised at how fleshed out the camera system is. It really lends itself to taking some amazing shots. So let me show you how it works. So this area here would be really cool for a photo, I think, with all the neon lights in the background. So let's go ahead. I'm going to stand about here and we're just going to hit P on the keyboard. And we are greeted with this fantastic camera menu in the bottom left. And now in this first section, we have different camera adjustments that we can make. So we have selfie mode off or on. Oh, may have forgotten I have that outfit on. I'm gonna roll with it, you know? What does that say? Hachi? Very cool. We are Hachi. So that's fantastic. Okay. Now we have FOV, field of view. So essentially, do we want it to be a wider field of view, see more of the image? Do we want it to be more focused in? So you see if we dial that down, I kind of like that actually. Might go to about 80. The higher number we go, the more of our world, our environment that we can see. So I'm actually going to go to about 80. Looks good. Now I'm going to start thinking about how I want to frame it. So that looks pretty cool right there. I like the neon lights in the background. Now one thing I want, depth of field off or on. Gotta get that beautiful bokeh, you know, and nice blurry lights in the background. We love to see that. Next, we do have depth of field focal length. So as I'm sliding that up and down, it pretty much changes the amount that is in focus. So as I'm putting the number up, you see more of our background is coming into focus. So if you want it to be more blurred, you can bring that number all the way down. And as you see slowly in the background, the umbrella right to the right of me, you see is now blurred as opposed to what it was just before. And then aperture, again, as we adjust that and bring it up, it's going to bring more of our image into focus, but I kind of want a very small aperture, so it's just focused on my amazing, beautiful character right at the front. Then we have motion blur on and off. If we were in a pose that's fighting or something like that, I don't want any motion blur here, so I'm going to keep that off. And we can rotate the screen if we want to get all edgy with it. So I'm just going to keep that 0. I don't want to rotate that. Next, we have effect. So we can do one of the many filters that we collected whilst we played through the game. And I don't even know how many we have. Ooh, that is a crazy thermal graphic. That hurts my eyes, and I'm sure it hurts your eyes, and I'm sorry. So yeah, we collected so many throughout the game, but I'm gonna go with no filter. White balance, so this will adjust the temperature of the whole image. So we can go warmer, we can go cooler. I kind of like where it was at. 6500 is kind of balanced for this particular image. If we want to shift the colors, we can. I don't really see when you would do that. Oh, so cool. We got some rain going on. I'm gonna keep that 0. Saturation, I do want to bump that up just a little bit, maybe to about 0.05. That's going to saturate all the colors in the image. Again, you don't want to overgo with that because that can make your image look absolutely horrendous or beautiful. But no, I'm going to put that back down to 0 or 0.05. Brightness, I'm okay with where it's at. Black point, I'm gonna bump that up a little bit. If we go all the way up, you see how it really darkens down the black point in the image. It brings that down, darkens everything up. So I'm gonna just bring that down ever so slightly, or increase it ever so slightly to 0.05. White point, again, same thing as with the black point, just the opposite. We can blow out the whites in the image or tone it down. I kind of want to go in the other direction just a smidge. No, I'm gonna keep that at around 1.05 as well. The gamma, that's just increasing the gamma of the whole image. It's gonna make it have a washed out, blown out type of look. And time of day, so you can adjust if we want it to be daytime. I would say around late afternoon. Another time of day, as you can see the color temperatures changing as you go through the different times of day. I'm gonna keep it at 5. I do like the nighttime shots around Japan with all the neon lights. I think it really adds a lot. Next, we have the character section where we can change different emotes. So we can have him do thumbs up, talisman. There's honestly so much that we've collected over the course of playing here, and I'm actually not really gonna do any punk squat. Do I want to do that? Let's play the emote. Oh, he's just squatting down. I'm gonna keep that pose. We can freeze a character if he is mid jump or mid action. We can just pause him, and I have that on. That's for the characters, so if like there are monsters in the background. And we have the same thing for freeze player. So as you see now, he's not breathing anymore. If we have that off, he's still moving. You can still see him breathing. So I'm gonna have that off. Actor light strength. So this dictates how much of the light is affecting our character himself. I'm gonna keep that around 13. Player rotation. I'm actually gonna rotate him slightly. I want him to look menacingly into the camera. We can offset him in the X. I don't want to pull him off a little bit here, rotate him. So you have so much flexibility and customization with him. Now, I don't like the fact that there is that light in the top of his head. I don't like how that looks. So what I'm gonna do is just bring him up slightly. No one sees his feet, so he is technically hovering off the ground right now, but that's totally fine. So now we have that set up, and we can change his expression to match the emote, but we cannot see his expression. And we can have him look at the camera. So I'm gonna have that on, even though it doesn't do too much. So next we have the stamp section. These are different stamps that we collected throughout the whole game, as well as a frame. So we can go through the frame, get that movie cinema look with these lines. There's so many honestly here that you can go through. If you really want to have a cool wallpaper for your computer or something, you can get creative with that. I'm actually feeling the cinema ones a little bit. Might go with that. And you have stamps. So we also collected different stamps along the way. So if you want to really customize this, have something really cool on the screen, you can. Okay, so I think I found the perfect one. It's Shibuya Hachi number 8. He's doing the Rizzler face. You know, we have to go for that one. So you can move it around with WASD. You can rotate it, make it bigger or smaller with the scroll wheel. So I kind of want him to just kind of chill here on my shoulder. There we go. Just like that. Why not? So once we have that selected, we can accept. There we go. And you honestly have so much options here. You can put 6 stamps. You can do stamp masking. If we want to like mask any part of it out with our character, we can do on or off, which actually I kind of want to do that. And moving on, we have our figure section. So these are also different figures we collected throughout the game. We can scroll through this. We got these out of those gachapon machines. You know what? I'm actually not going to go with anything here because I don't think it adds that much to the picture. Not for me right now. I'm going to go ahead and choose no figure. And the last tab here is you can save a particular settings, image, whatnot. If you have a certain look or filter you've set up that you want to keep across multiple images, you can set that up here and save it. Oh, and the rain just started falling. So with that, we can take our photo by pressing E. There we go, and you can access that in the screenshot folder of the game. So I'm going to tour around Tokyo, take you to a couple of my favorite spots that I've seen throughout the game, and do a little bit of a photo shoot. Let's go. Taking all these photos made me feel like a tourist right off the plane, walking around and exploring Tokyo for the very first time. I was legitimately thinking, what kind of photo would I take for the gram? And let's be real, having a fully empty Tokyo all to yourself for your photo taking enjoyment, that's not going to happen in real life ever. Speaking of aesthetics, let's wrap up with some thoughts on the graphic design of Ghostwire Tokyo. As a graphic designer, I'm always on the lookout for creativity in games, and this one did not disappoint. The character designs are incredible. Each boss has a distinct look that's both haunting and beautiful. It's like they took inspiration from Japanese folklore and turned it into a visual masterpiece. Chef kiss. The city itself feels alive with vibrant colors and intricate details that capture the essence of Tokyo. The blend of traditional and modern elements in the design is just yet again chef's kiss. And can we take a moment to appreciate the UI design? It's sleek, intuitive, and fits perfectly within the game's overall aesthetic. Every graphic element in this game makes you want to sit back and say, wow, I wish I could create something this cool. Honestly, if I had $1 for every time I was impressed at the detail in this game, I could probably afford a one-way ticket to Tokyo. No, but seriously, I found myself pausing just to admire the art style. Like, I could easily fill a sketchbook with inspiration from this game. For me, this game was pure eye candy from the start right to the very end, and I won't be forgetting it anytime soon. So, there you have it guys, Ghostwire Tokyo. An unforgettable journey that mixes humor, horror, and a little bit of heart. I know it's a few years old, but it doesn't have nearly the amount of recognition that I think it should have. So dive in, grab some snacks, and get ready to dive in to tackle these spirits of Tokyo head on. It's a wild ride, honestly. You'll laugh, you'll cry, and maybe even scream along the way. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. Let me know what you thought of the game down in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more content. Until next time, sayonara, Tommy out. That should be good.